monster, unlike anything you see in the Big 12. Excited to see them get into it.
Monster is the right term. Let's play. Rachel Van Gorp will start things. Into the net it goes. Hands raised on the ASU side. Point Devils. And again, for this ASU team, they are 26-2 this year. It's been an improbable year, an incredible year. A loss to Nebraska, a loss to Baylor. I know you talked to Van Neal about specifically what he learned from the losses, and it's pretty insightful as Argentina Ung starts it with a jump serve. Powerful swing, and just inside that back line, and a beautiful swing there, 1-1. There's JJ. What did he learn in the 2 losses?
Yeah, so he was frustrated with that Nebraska game. Felt like they showed they can be competitive with the best teams in the nation. Felt like they were close. Felt like they should have taken that second set. The Baylor game, he said you kind of wiped that one off the board. Just a disaster. There were literally crickets falling from the ceiling. That is not an analogy. There were real crickets. People thought he was angry. He was wiping crickets off his shoulder. Other than that, they've won 14 in a row, undefeated at home. They have an excellent chance to continue that momentum, their 14-game winning streak coming into this one.
Powerful swing, 2-1 ASU. You gave us the G-rated version of his answer. I appreciate it. There were some other things that he said. Christy's been here a long, long time, and again, look at the win-loss. She's won nearly 65% of her contests. Again, you have years where you have bad luck with injuries, though.
She is the 3rd winningest coach in Big 12 history, 207 career wins. This would just be her 2nd losing season ever.
Love watching Claire Jeter come to the net. She puts that roof up. The All-American last year, middle blocker. The graduate from Missouri City, Texas, Claire Jeter.
Incredible senior season so far, 9th in the nation, hitting percentage, 1st in the Big 12.
We've got a serving specialist in sophomore Jillian Neal, only on the hardwood last year when she was serving. She started with the serve. She's seen more playing time that time. A bounce back from the Cyclones and a pretty swing. That's Kirsten Schmidt, outside hitter. She's from Epworth, Iowa.
Yeah, an elite athlete, their biggest blocker, super smooth, super springy. So what Christy Johnson-Lynch will do with Kirsten Schmidt is something called switch blocking, where essentially they'll move her around to keep the opposing team guessing and not allow them to find a deep weak point in their block.
Morgan Branson, Iowa native. Quite a few Iowans you wouldn't be surprised on this roster. Into the net it goes. The Devils take advantage. They're up 4-2.
Yeah,
SU has been to the NCAA tournament, sorry about that, Gavin, 20 times. But again, over the last decade or so, it's been very slim pickings.
Yeah, it was transformative when J.J. Van Neal went over. We were going over the conference win numbers before he came in, and it was ugly. And even last season, right, 28-7, it was not like it was a process. It was an immediate turnaround.
And what Gavin's talking about is we take a look at this block error one more time, and a pretty swing.
Yeah, that's a really good bit of defending for ASU in front. Roberta Rebello getting on that ball.
A little bit deep that time. Point Devils. A couple of years ago, as a matter of fact, back in 2017, ASU, within the Pac-12, literally not a single win in conference play. We're 7 years removed from this team not winning once in conference play. Then win totals of 5, 9, 6, 7, 7. Not competitive. Those days have changed. They've changed dramatically. As that one, beautiful, paints that back strike. Big swing for the Cyclones that time.
Yeah, Rachel Van Gorp, I mean, she's had a lot on her shoulders. I mean, just imagine this. You come in as a freshman libero, you pick up a concussion, you come back, and with all the injuries, you say, hey, guess what, 5'9", you're now an outside hitter. And she's killed it. Big 12 Rookie of the Week on October 29th, outperformed all reasonable expectations after that switch.
Yeah, she's a great story. Plays to honor her mom, who she lost back in 2015, who played for this program. Again, taking a swing right into those powerful walls that are constructed by ASU, and it's working for the Cyclones.
Yeah, ASU, that block is something that's gotten a lot better. They're coming off 5 straight matches with double-digit blocks. That time, though, Iowa State's front 3 able to take advantage and earn the point.
5-5's the number. Stone Street trying to go on a roll. The Kansas native and the senior libero on a bit of a roll. Quick decision up and over there for the Devils. And another dink just dies in front. Jelly Sear didn't swing it big that time. Back set into the hands and a block by the Cyclones. Hands in the air. Lily Wachholz that time.
Lily Wachholz was someone that J.J. Van Neal told us specifically we need to keep the ball away from her. Mostly he was talking about her offense, but that time defensively, Wacholz getting up, staying big, finishing off the block.
Iowa State coming off a really strong contest against Texas Tech and a sweep. Looking to keep that momentum going. Something when the energy in the building calls for you to be a spoiler. As another block at the net that time, Charity Jackson amongst the pair, the West Virginia transfer.
Yeah, and that's an area where she's excelled her entire career, both as a freshman and as a sophomore, leading the Mountaineers in blocks, now getting it done in names.
She was with Morgan Brandt that time. Lily Wacholz helping out as well. Cyclones on a bit of a run, 4-0 scoring run. They're up 7-5.
Yeah, ASU nearly got away with the dump there, but Iowa State on top of it, but now the power.
And the power and a hammer swing.
Yeah, Savannah Colby, that time the senior out of Colleyville, Texas. And you'll see what she does with this back set, just knocking it off the noggin of Van Gorp.
Nicole Heed, the Indiana transfer. Thanks for being my eyes on that one. Point Devils. Jelly Sear that time.
Yeah, always helps to get back, and all Big 12 type of performer. Jelly Sears just seems to play her best in the biggest moments. 15 kills in that season-defining win over Kansas. You were saying at pregame, Darren, Sear is the heart and soul of the Sun Devil side.
She's got an edge, not afraid to lean on that edge. Hammer Rachel Van Gorp. They're talking about her mom, Jania Neinmeyer, who passed back in 2015, lost her battle with a serious illness, wasn't coach. She wears the same number 10 that mom wore as a player. It's a touching story. I mean, it's been nearly a decade, but still plays with her in her heart. Beautiful, smallest of touches, the most effective for Iowa State that time.
Yeah, and look, there's no positive spin on the Iowa State injuries, but something amazing to come out of it is Van Gorp, just like her mom, starts her career on defense and then starts playing some offense as her career goes along. As a service error that time for Wacholz.
That's three. That's 3 service errors, and if you take some of those back, it's a different start for Iowa State.
Yeah, they've outperformed Arizona State so far. I don't think there's any question. And you're right, the scoreboard, I would say, is disproportionately in favor of the Sun Devils. We talked to Christy Johnson, and she said we're going to have to serve great to pull off this upset. She wanted them to be aggressive, so she will take some of those long errors. She does not want those short errors.
Joel can't dig that one out. Power swing that time. Joel started it with the serve. Charity Jackson. Jackson, a great story. All-state performer in high school, on to her junior year. Played at the national level at the U19 Team USA Volleyball Developmental Program.
Nice back set.
Hammer as Shania goes up strong. There's an answer defensively for ASU. Claire Jeter, quick decision. Claire ready again. She come over in front of our table. Great effort by Schmidt. We're playing now, folks. This is fun. And a deep swing, and a reward for the Devils for just keeping it alive. The little things win you a point.
I love what we're seeing from Iowa State, though. The hustle, the competitive spirit. They're coming in, and they're not backing down to Arizona State. They're the number 9 team in the country. Iowa State has done nothing but struggle. What was it, a 5-match losing streak before finally getting off the schneid against Texas Tech. They're feeling themselves a little bit now.
And the move to this conference, a big move, certainly for ASU out of the Pac-12. From the attack line, big swing, dug out nicely on the other side. ASU known for that backline defense, but a couple of great plays, as you mentioned, by Iowa State back there. Stone Street is there with an answer. Off the hands, pump of the fist, Abello. The talented Brazilian, the graduate student who came all the way back from such a tough 2020 pandemic year, did Roberta. Couldn't get back to Brazil, couldn't be with their family, had to stay here alone when others in the States could travel home. She's built a wonderful career here.
Yeah, she had an incredible season last year, was 3rd on the team in kills. A little bit of a smaller role this year, but she's been stepping up of late.
And that defense, boy, they do that so well.
Yeah, Iowa State rather went to the slide that time, but Arizona State was on top of it.
Hands slow things down. Everything, oh, up quickly. How about that decision? The veteran, that's Claire, that's Jeter.
Yeah, she's waking up, right? That's kind of her first big swing of the game. Honorable mention, All-American. Last season we mentioned first in the Big 12 in hitting, has led Arizona State in hit percentage each of the last 4 seasons. JJ Van Niel desperately going to miss her whenever the season ends.
Cheetah. Grew up a Yankee fan.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm smiling.
You grew up a Yankee fan. That swing a little bit deep, Point Devils. And they've left the door cracked. You talk about those service errors, 4 of them. It's 12-10 now. Again, ASU hitting just 050 in their percentage. Iowa State hitting 190. But again, those 4 service errors, I think the difference. That's such a big thing for JJ. Boy, hates that inside stripe. Beautiful swing that time. And a smile from Tierney Jackson.
She's had a monster offensive first set. On the season, just 1.14 kills per set. I've counted at least 3 so far from her. She's been excellent to start this one.
Yeah, you're on it. And a couple of blocks as well, and a dig. She's been all over the place, flying everywhere, Tierney Jackson. West Virginia transfer, the middle blocker. Rebello can't sneak it by. Great effort by Van Gorp. Block at the net, but it goes wide.
Yeah, with Faith Durandi, with the quote from Christy Johnson-Lynch coming in, she's a really fast arm. She was expected to play as a back row specialist. 10 kills against Texas Tech. She's been stepping it up.
Yeah, Durandi's special, as you mentioned. Mom ran track at Iowa State. Rolling at 12. You just have the feeling that the first one means everything, as that one's wide. Point Devils on a powerful swing that time. Just to gain a little bit of confidence, coming back to full strength, because ASU, they've lost nary a set. I mean, it's been a year in which they've just flat dominated. Sweeps have been the norm for them this year.
Yeah, I think 17 on the season for the Sun Devils, but I'm with you, Darren. I think if Iowa State, I'd call this first set a must-win for them, a borderline must-win.
That one hangs right up along the net, headed toward the antenna, then dropped down beautifully for Iowa State.
Yeah, Kirsten Schmidt that time getting a hand on. We mentioned her athletic ability, real knack for anticipating where the ball's going to go and getting there.
Morgan Brandt. Sis played volleyball. Couple of sisters that play volleyball, both setters like she. Jelly takes a shot deep. It's dug out very nicely. On the other end, there's the talented Schroll. Into the hands of Iowa State. That one wide, block error. And a power swing for the Devils.
And there's that Arizona State block. That again, that was the focus for JJ Van Niel. You asked him, what is the biggest improvement your team has made? He immediately went to their blocking game, and you see it in effect there.
Yeah, Jeter powerful, she'll do both. Did she just sneak it in? Nope, a little bit deep. And you look to Jeter and her serve. She's got 13 aces on the year. I'm telling you, when JJ took this job too last year doing a lot of their matches, he made it clear, we must serve better. And he said it very vigorously to this day. To our talk with him this week, he's always really harping on better serve, better serve, better serve. That's just their first service error.
And they lead the Big 12 in aces, so they've been successful, but he's still talking about it, thinking about it. That's how you stay on top.
I love something that he said to you, too. There's that one. Block at the net, Devils.
Yeah, the combination, their top attended matches in school history have been this season.
Got a couple of hits. Sending it to the other side. Point Cyclones.
Yeah, it's Rachel Van Gorp that time. And look, Iowa State, I'll say it again, they have outplayed the Sun Devils during live play. 11 kills to just 6 for ASU. The reason this match is tied, or this set 1 is tied so far, 4 service errors for Iowa State, just 1 for Arizona State.
Yeah, they're plus 120 in the hitting percentage. Right down the pipe, Jelly Sear with that leap to the roof ability.
Yeah, great roll shot that time by Jelly Sear, right? You're always expecting the aggressiveness from her. And this entire Arizona State team does a great job flashing some finesse. You'll see it here on the replay. Jelly Sear going up like she's going to finish with some power, instead the roll shot, and it tricked the libero Brooke Stonestreet.
Jelly with the rare service error, ASU with the rare service error. I loved when you asked Coach JJ. So how do you keep in mind, kind of balance out the numbers of the aces and the errors? And he said simply, we don't talk about errors. We don't speak of errors. And I love kind of that mental approach that he has.
He was saying, as long as you don't hit it into the net, I don't really have any issue with the shot.
Beautiful effort to keep it alive. Marty leaves her feet, and we play on. Boy, that was a beautiful cut shot, and then again, they go right back to the softest touch. They stuck with it twice in a row the second time to work for the Cyclones.
Rachel Van Gorp, another point for her, and she's very similar to Sear in that she'll rip it if she has a shot, but rare maturity as a freshman. For a lot of freshmen, they're trying to bring the heat all the time. She knows when to take something off the ball, go with the finesse game.
Lily Wachholz with the service error that time, the sophomore, the Minnesota. We move to 17 apiece again in a single set, in which Iowa State's hitting nearly 300, ASU about half that, 143. But here we stand at 17 apiece. Painting that back corner, a gorgeous swing. We call her name again, Tierney Jackson. That's her third kill, 3 and 4 swings from Tierney.
Look, I won't pretend to have watched every one. This has to be one of her better sets on the season. And look at the placement on that cut shot, the ability to divert the ball's momentum, found the open lane in the Arizona State defense.
She had 8 kills against Kansas earlier this year. She's on a bigger, better pace. Marty with the kill. The Mississippi State transfer from Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, and you want to talk about explosiveness. She is under 150 pounds, and she squats 300. I'm the opposite of that, Darren. It's impressive to be on the other side of it.
I know you're squatting 300 or more.
I don't know. I weigh like 80 and maybe squat 60, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Jackson with another kill. This one wasn't a big swing. And so Jackson now climbing up that ladder. It's 19-18. She's got 4 kills. She doesn't have a miscue, hitting 800.
And look, we thought we might get Maya Duckworth and Pam McCune, right? We haven't seen either of them yet. They need someone like Tierney Jackson to step up, and she has.
Ravello, quick, short, aggressive on the attack. Coming in, chasing 100 kills on the year. She's almost there.
Yeah, 4 already on the day for Rabello, doubling up her Sun Devil teammates. Again, she's been playing some of her best volleyball of late. Team high, 13 kills last time here against KSU.
8 times last season. You mentioned this, how effective she grew. Double digits in kills 8 times. And one of the great weapons last year, Jillian Neal with that serve, the San Diego native, this time with the miscue.
Yeah, and now the service errors creeping up for Arizona State. They're up to 3. Iowa State has 5. That's what this first set is going to come down to, who can be cleaner while maintaining that aggression and that proactivity in the service game.
Morgan Brandt, your turn. Played every sport did Morgan Brandt in high school. You name it, she played it. There's Jelly. We call her name one more time. The daughter of Annette and Ken, Jelly Sear.
Aptly named, her parents anticipated she would make defenders' knees wobble. Look at this heat. Jelly Sear getting up, straight power. Last time the roll shot, this time she said, I'll show you what I can do when I really rear back and swing.
All Pac-12 performer a year ago. 51 times in her career, she's had 10 or more kills. Beautiful adjustment, but there was an answer anticipated. You can feel her drifting into Morgan Brandt, teeing it up. And when you tee it up like that, there's an answer on the other side, and there was for Colheed.
Yeah, Savannah Colheed, she's been heating up in terms of her defense. 8 blocks over their past 2 wins, almost single-handedly.
Something like that. An opportunity now for Bella Faria. He will take a swing. The freshman libero who made her way here from Missouri. He's got an interesting rule that I'll share with you, J.J. Van Niel, about the type of players he likes to have on his team and how much something like chemistry means to him. Oh, they build a wall again. Rabello is there. Hot Devils.
Yeah, Rabello, and again, Colheed. Even if Colheed doesn't get a hand on that ball, her size at 6'3", getting up, diverting it to Rabello, and then watch what Rabello does with it. Just 2 hands up, picture-perfect technique on the roof.
What tough serve. Painting that back stride, Faria. Second time in a row. Same 2 dynamic athletes just stonewalling the net.
And this is the story of this Arizona. An opponent hit percentage, first in opponent's assists per game, 3rd in blocks, 1st in opponent's aces, right? It is just a complete team, and it's why they're likely 2 wins away from a Big 12 championship. In fact, if they do win 2 games, they will be at least tied for a potential Big 12 championship.
Cromartie with a beautiful dig on that back line. Sets up an opportunity for ASU to edge closer. They find themselves now thanks to Jelly Sear at the set point.
Jelly Sear getting it done on both ends. Now an opportunity to end it for Bella Faria, who saw some time against West Virginia. 2 aces against the Mountaineers. That's why you see her getting the chance here.
It's been a nice little run by Bella. On a roll. It's been a tough serve to deal with. You can see each and every time, tough to get the offense started. That swing hates the strike.
And that's significant. That's Maya Duckworth making her return after missing the last couple of matches. She was the first Iowa State freshman to earn AVCA all-region out of Sonora, Mexico, and it's bumped up by Brooke Stonestreet, tapped over by Maya Duckworth, who we saw enter late in that first set. Now here's Shania Cromartie, handled really well by Tierney Jackson. Bumped up, Duckworth flies, and a diving stop that time for the Sun Devils from Schroll. Little roll shot from Jackson. Back set, finesse game for Rebello. Bumped up, and then Tierney Jackson picking up where she left off after an excellent opening set for her.
And again, it's about keeping it alive. A great effort by Schroll a couple of times on the other side. Could not set up her team, though, to take it to the point. Good deception, too, here to keep things on the other side of the net by ASU, but just a quick exchange and a beautiful setup for the kill by Jackson.
Tierney Jackson, 13 aces on the season, just to skim this one over. Dug out by Schroll. Cromartie playing with some anger. Cromartie will get another chance this time. Roll shot. Chasing it over, though, was Schmidt. Arizona State will have another chance. Claire Jeter's been quiet. She won't go here. Rebello. And here's Duckworth. Set comes from Ung. Just tapped over by Rebello. Duckworth will try some finesse. Nothing doing on it. One of the longest rallies we've had today, Darren. Picked up high bounce and the misdirect off the net, and Jackson couldn't quite handle.
I'm enjoying, by the way, watching Maya Duckworth play right now. She's flying around, being a part of everything. Didn't come in on a positive side that time for ASU, but Rebello just continues. Rebello, I should say, with her 5th kill, and it's been a clean match without a misswing thus far.
It was so funny talking to the Iowa State coaching staff about 5 minutes before the match. We asked them if we'd see Pam McCune and Maya Duckworth. They said they're dressed, they could play, still playing it close to the vest, and we've gotten 1 for 2, no McCune, but then the late appearance from Duckworth. So can Iowa State take advantage of it? They were up early in set number 1. Arizona State trying to build an early lead. Not that time on the errant hit from Rebello. Iowa State point.
The right-handed swing just got on the outside, and you can see as she went up powerful, just a miss hit.
Checking into the Cyclones number 13, Volleyball.
There they are together, Pam and Maya. And again, Maya flying all over the place athletically, which we're used to seeing.
Yeah, so now seeing Pam McCune for the first time. So both of them were playing there was no misdirection from the Iowa State coaching staff. Schroll, her shot was eaten up. And now set for Rebello, who will tap over. Iowa State handles it well. Brandt gives a chance to McCune to have her first point since coming back from injury. And now played down that sideline. Nicely done by Schroll. Or excuse me, by Jelly Sear.
That was Sear. She won a state title back in 2018 at the 6A level. Been a winner the entire time, and a couple of years ago, her early days here, this was not a winning program. I love her soundbite. I'm thinking about her legacy now.
Boom, cross-court set. Finesse game for Sear. Bumped over by Van Gorp. Back up, Sear tried to bring the power, and she was shut down. Lily Wachholz said, not in this house.
Lily and Pam right by her side. She had a bodyguard, and that's the key when you can see McCune right by her. Great reaction. Pam getting out to work with her teammate, and they both go up. And I love the passion that you see with Pam McCune there.
She's 9th in the Big 12 at 1.1 blocks per set, but Arizona State answers. Savannah Colheed had that finishing kill in set number 1. Back to it here in set 2.
Colheed at Grapevine High School played soccer. She played lacrosse, basketball, ran track, ran cross country, played every single sport you can imagine. And again, we're watching this graduate student come of age. By the way, she's got her degree already in her back pocket.
Bryn Covell, the Texas A&M transfer, will set up the powerful swing for Lily Wachholz, and Iowa State continues to look competitive with the Sun Devils. This is not the aesthetic appearance of 26-2 against 10-14.
No, not at all. It's just a matter of can they play almost mistake-free. They're going to have to. They didn't in the first. They're going to have to in the second.
Little slide for Arizona State. Cole Heed very good hitting out of it, but not that time. Dug up by Brandt and back set over that time by Wachholtz. Now Arizona State trying to answer. Battling at the net. Schroll to Sear. Dug up by Van Gorp. Hit over by Wachholtz. She'll get another chance. Wachholtz goes again. Wachholtz blocked back. And Jelly Sear talking a little trash after that one.
Has a little point back on the other side that time. That's the edge that we get from Jelly Sear at times. She's really proud to wear the Sun Devil jersey. And she loves being a good teammate. I got you. Yep, I got you.
Darren, what does that competitive attitude do for you as a teammate when you see your star getting fired up like that?
That's everything. You fuel off of it. And you make sure that player's backing it up. They come right back at her.
Sear this time riding that adrenaline high, a little bit too much power on that kill attempt.
And I think, to your point, it's a program where a guy like J.J. Van Niel allows players to be true to themselves. As long as you stay within those bumpers. Picture, you've all been bowling with those bumpers when they go down the lane. Stay within his bumpers, but be yourself. And that's new here.
Boom. Nice dump over it. Iowa State was not ready for it. Angelina Argentina excuse me, very talented at doing just that.
Yeah, you and I were talking about how this is a player that could actually play all over the court, no matter where you need her to. Players like that are important, albeit she's an all Big 12 level setter this year. She's not afraid to jump in, play the offense. She was an outside hitter like her sis was. Sis, by the way, an outside hitter in college as well.
Little finesse shot that time for Wachholtz. Cromartie comes back. And now set to Van Gorp, but the block there, again. An ABCA honorable mention All-American last season at Washington State. Of course, Washington State did not get a home in the conference realignment, at least at the Power 5 level, so came over to Arizona State, and she's been a major piece for J.J. Van Niel.
Yeah, you've got your setter putting up a wall like that.
It's a borderline unique weapon as a service error that time for Jelly Sear. So substitution for Iowa State is Emily Bobbitt, 5 aces on the season. She's been really effective freshman out of Clayton, North Carolina in limited time. 5 aces on the season in limited reps.
The last time ASU lost, by the way, September 27th. That's a long time ago. It's Thanksgiving.
They're not used to it. 26-2 on the year, we mentioned it. And in this building for his career, J.J. Van Niel, 20-1. So service error for Bobbitt that time going long. Arizona State returns with Schroll. Tipped over, finding the blank space. No, it was dug out. Excellent effort by Schroll coming up from that service line, but then the hit did not get over the net.
Covell with a gorgeous pancake leaving her feet, kept it alive, but it bounces the way of Iowa State. Really fun athletic play, though. We've talked about her, the redshirt freshman, who didn't play at all her very first year at Texas A&M after graduating earlier, Covell.
So here's Van Gorp this time, back set, a lot of power. Now Iowa State trying to answer with Schmidt. Little joust. Cromartie will try again. Went a little too soft with it, but on the double touch, Arizona State will get the point.
Serving Argentina.
18 years, 16 of those last 18, Iowa State has been to the NCAA tournament. They're in really unique territory for them. And they'll be right back where they want to be immediately. Such a great program.
I mean, you're thinking back-to-back years. Duckworth and Nayeli Gonzalez had probably the 2 best freshman seasons in Iowa State history, and then they both missed the majority of this year. Painful for a Cyclones team where 72% of their production last season were freshmen and sophomores. They were really excited about the potential of this team, and it just been snake-bitten as they pick up a point here via Duckworth.
Yeah, it was Duckworth with a strong swing, just a little bit outside of that back line.
You go back to 2022, as a freshman, she set a school tournament record with 5 aces against Hawaii. Big time swing for Schmidt. So a free ball for Iowa State. What will they do with it? The setup, the put down for Tierney Jackson. She has been smoking since the get-go.
Well, you called it, and not every time is it taken advantage of, but when you get it on that tee, you swing for the fences. It's all about execution. Very quick up and over. Wonderful communication there. Beautiful set.
Yeah, the cut shot, and she kept a lot of pace on it. This time the setup to Rebello. Iowa State retaliates with Schmidt. Now they go to Rebello again. She had an excellent first set, leading Arizona State in kills with 5. Tapped over Claire Jeter. Quiet start there, and for the senior, will that get her going a little bit?
And we'll see. She'll do what she needs to do. She's got a block at the net. She'll jump in there. She's always a clean hitter. This is a rare error. She's in her career about 350. There will be times when those broad shoulders will carry the team. Just hasn't happened yet.
J.J. Van Niel saying Claire Jeter has $1 million arm. That's expensive. And there's McCune. Tough shot from McCune. And interesting from Christy Johnson-Lynch wanting to go with the starters that won that Texas Tech match and then slowly incorporating her 2 stars in Duckworth and McCune. So here's Jillian Neal, service specialist for the Sun Devils, coming off 2 of the best performances of her young career against West Virginia and Cincinnati. That one somehow dug out by Rebello. Tapped over by Sear. Schmidt on the other end. She's always dangerous. Jeter, that was nasty! What was Stone Street to do with that? She said, "I hate Modern Family." Just to explain that reference, book Stone Street, the niece of Eric Stone Street, Mitchell on Modern Family.
Rebello, certainly after the kick from Jeter, keeps it alive, and then the beautiful communication. You wondered when Claire might jump into the fray. She just did. Power swing.
So Jillian Neal looking to maintain her reign on the service line. Free ball for Arizona State. Jeter tried to find some empty space, and then it was McCune coming back. Duckworth tracking. Set up by Bobbitt. Tapped over by Schmidt. And now there's some major heat from Sear. And the Arizona State Sun Devils starting to look like a top 10 team in the nation.
There's so much other to do, but if you can get them excited, they'll support you here, and they've done that.
Certainly a new level of popularity as that one was touched. So it's a kill for Pam McCune. Still finding that rhythm, the sophomore out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, legendary St. John's High School. An incredible freshman season. This one's been injury riddled, but it's so great to see her back on the court.
Yeah, and that snapped a 4-0 scoring run for ASU. They're starting to feel like if you're Iowa State, I mean, everybody knows they have the ability, that's a miss hit there by Jeter, to go 5. But all of a sudden, coming out of that break, this is exactly what they wanted Iowa State, the Cyclones, to happen.
Yeah, we mentioned Arizona State's played the cleaner match so far. Iowa State in this set 2, you're seeing less service errors as that one gets over, less attack errors. That certainly helped their game. Nothing to do with that, though. That's not an error. That's just Roberta Rebello being a beast.
You can sense the cohesiveness and the ability to pass the volleyball and how clean it is. And Rebello, an athlete like Rebello, grows. She only gets better. The daughter of Simone and Jorge Rebello.
So here is Bella Faria. We saw her pick up an ace and then a point on her final 2 runs of service in set 1. That one out of play for Duckworth. So Arizona State will now have 5 of the last 6, or excuse me, 6 of the last 7 points.
We're seeing they're really setting Duckworth a lot more. And boy, that just missed. You can see she got just a hair on the side of that one with the swing.
Up and over again for Faria, who continues to do work from the service line. Duckworth, not that time. So bumped by played over by Covell. Free ball for the Sun Devils. What will they do with this? Go to their top hitter in Sear. Not that time, Jelly Sear. And it's bumped up by Stone Street. And unable to handle it is Faria. Again, she's gotten limited time earning the trust of J.J. Van Niel, but that time Iowa State got the better of her.
Yeah, beautiful dig on the backside to keep things alive. A couple of good swings were thwarted by Brooke Stonestreet.
So here's Maya Duckworth again before Nayeli Gonzalez a year ago, the best freshman season in Iowa State history back in 22. Last season she was excellent as well. As Sear, the little roll shot that time to put it up and over.
And a giant exhale from Sear when that was wrapped up, as if to say, oh, that worked out. I'm not used to going 70 miles an hour instead of 120 miles an hour, but a wonderful freelance decision there from the Texan.
Yes, has done it twice and it's worked both times. So now Sun Devils rotating to Rebello. Big time hit by Wachholtz. And a meeting at the net, blocked by Iowa State, now tapped over by Savannah Colheed, and Arizona State will have another point.
The fun thing about that from Colheed is that was pure athleticism. She was almost uncomfortable heading back to the ground. A last-minute reach out to touch that volleyball. And so that was just pure, kind of like if you and I were playing at a beach somewhere. That was Colheed's play.
Rebello just sneaks it over. What did J.J. Van Niel tell us? I don't have a problem with anything you do in service as long as it gets over the net. Career win, she's had 15 All-Americans, 5 Sweet 16s, 2 Elite 8 appearances. Just a legendary career for her at Iowa State. As the Sun Devils thought that was 4 hits, the officials did not see it that way. So Sear nearly knocks down Brooke Stonestreet, able to handle it. Now Van Gorp. Sear will have another chance at it. Iowa State again keeps it alive. Set wide to Wachholtz. Wachholtz with some power. Been their leading scorer most of the year. 2.64 kills per set. Picks up one there.
Well, what a great effort. Jelly Sear thought they might have been given a break. JJ coming over to ask to maybe take a look at. Here it is again.
He has that challenge if he wants to pull it out and use it. What do you think of that one, Darren?
Looked like, for me, the beautiful swing, the power swing into the hands, expected to be irregular in the tournament. They were there, and he was on the staff.
So here we go, Rachel Van Gorp. Been a little bit quiet since the first set, playing more back row with Duckworth back out there, and that is how you paint it. Savannah Colheed of Van Gogh, opposite way, kept it in.
Colheed, fun to watch, and a brand new positive addition. That's her 5th kill of the night. She's got 4 blocks as well. A defender that can certainly help you offensively.
So Rebello will continue on service, and Iowa State just a miss hit that time by Van Gorp. Brandt couldn't get there, and just like that, Arizona State just 5 points away from taking commanding 2-0 lead.
What a well-spent appeal, and a replay look really has changed the tone.
Stakes are high for Arizona State. We mentioned a win gets them just 1 win away from a potential share of a Big 12 championship. Obviously the first in school history, not just in volleyball, but in any sport if they're able to pull it off. So now we go to Brooke Stonestreet. Haven't gotten a lot of time to talk about Stonestreet, but she's had an incredible career. 4-time career Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week at a school known as Libero U. She is the next great one. And that is well set to Tierney Jackson, free ball, and just puts it down on the roof.
It floated a little bit deep, and for Tierney, that was an easy one. She'll take it in a match in which they needed a few breaks. They got one that time.
6'4" out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Went to Union High School there. One of the great football schools in the country. Clearly also producing some volleyball talent.
She had 91 blocks as a freshman.
It's insane, right? And that is a statistic that is usually about size and strength, and she came into college with both. Arizona State doing well to survive that. Sear dug up by Iowa State, and Kai Shackers into the game for the first time, and that's an excellent dig to keep it alive by Brandt. Feels like a pivotal, emotional point. Sear trying to bring some heat. Now tapped over, and Jackson unable to finish it off, so Arizona State will go up to 21.
Boy, some beautiful digs. Brandt on one side, Schroll on the other, putting on a show. Liberos and setters really doing spectacular stuff. That's the one where we saw Schroll leave her feet, the local product who came back to town from Loyola Marymount.
Sear out of Flower Mound, Texas, Flower Mound High School. And that time, Arizona State point on the Iowa State double touch. So Arizona State closed. Iowa State, you saw it in their 5 matches against ranked opponents. They'd only taken 1 set. Right now, the Sun Devils on a trajectory for their 18th shutout of the season, and I jinxed Jelly Sear.
We all know there's no such thing as a jinx. We're so far away.
You're a baseball guy. You don't believe in jinxes?
Not at all.
Okay, I appreciate
now,
it.
if I was throwing the no-hitter,
Right.
I wouldn't want anyone to.
Sure, okay.
But not the broadcast.
Right. So just whatever side you're on is the right side, essentially. And Savannah Coheed playing that one perfectly along the sideline. So good on the slide. Claire Jeter will come back in for Coheed to try and finish this off for Arizona State.
Yeah, Savannah's been so much fun this year. What a perfect fit as a graduate after doing all that she was able to do at IU. Nearly 400 career blocks there, 10th all time.
Set up that time. Now Jeter just taps it over. Power swing from Schmidt. Cromartie, she's been really quiet, barely able to handle it, unable to handle it with Stone Street. Shania Cromartie flashing late in set 2.
She's had some opportunities. She's had 13 swings. That's now her 4th kill. But she's been being a part of your conference because now Arizonans, it's our conference. Looking to keep the momentum going, and Shania goes up with it with a powerful swing right back the other side. There's an answer for the Cyclones, and there's that name we're hoping to call a little bit more, Maya Duckworth.
Yeah, it's great to see her get going that time. Benefited by a really clean set. That was something that Christy Johnson-Lynch mentioned to us. When you see an attacker having success, you want to look at the first and second contact. Clean first and second contact, it'll lead to your outside hitter having a big performance, and now the same thing on the Arizona State side.
Yeah, it started with the serve from Van Gorp and right back the other way. ASU equals things up in 1 apiece. It's Miss Gita, Claire Gita, with the kill. You can give her 5 now.
And again, it's felt quiet for Claire Jeter, but that's a testament to how good she is. You looked at the box score, you say quiet game. She's 5 kills so far. She's been excellent.
It's been a game in which as that power swing on the other side from Jackson continues her big night. It's been a night in which they haven't had to lean on Jeter a lot as a defender in the block game, but Tierney's been special.
She's just been incredible. 6'4", getting high. And Arizona State physically just does not really have an answer for Tierney Jackson. I'm surprised her numbers on the season are not better, but she's stepping up and playing up to her potential right now.
There's a point handed back to the Devils with that service error, pulling things equal at 2 apiece.
I'm going to say it again, Darren. I jinxed her. I'm a believer.
Okay.
I take the blame.
Okay, Gavin, you keep believing in that shit. I'll let you. I'm sure she's glad you're taking the blame. I actually blame her. She wants to be held accountable. There's the block in the net. We were just talking about Jeter not needing to lean on her a lot for the block. Well, there it is.
Yeah, Kirsten Schmidt. Love the athleticism of that back row attack, but you have to know you have an opening when you're coming from the back row because you inherently have less flexibility in terms of that shot placement right into the body of Claire Jeter, who was able to send it right back.
San Diego native and serving specialist sends a dart over the net, a tough one to deal with as she digs it out on the back line. Jillian Neal. Cyclones do a nice job forcing it over the net as Jeter keeps it alive. You shoot over those hands. Great effort there by Claire. Did it crawl in or outside that line? Just outside that line as it went tiptoeing over the net.
Yeah, I'm giving credit to Kirsten Schmidt on that one. I saw at least 2 digs from her on that rally. She was all over the place, sliding, hitting, and at 6 feet, getting low to preserve that point.
So the number is 3 apiece. The service comes from Morgan Brandt. 1,700 assists in her beautiful high school career and 1,000 digs as well. But an error that time allows a point for the Devils 4-3.
Brandt, top 10 in Iowa State history in career assists, 9th now with 2,555. Both of her sisters were college setters, one of them at Iowa State.
Jenna and Kaylin. I wonder who was the offensive player if all 3 of them were setters at home.
You know, they would just sit around the table and pass the volleyball all night. It would be hours. Their parents actually called someone about it.
Somebody get some points. Quit sharing. Block at the net. The Devils put the wall up.
Roberta Rebello, her defense, we mentioned, you look at the kills number, that's the first thing your eyes go to when you look at the box score. But for Roberta Rebello, all about her defensive game. That was block number 5 on the day for Rebello. She's been fantastic, part of that wall with Cole Heed.
Great atmosphere in the house tonight as that one dices up that back line just inside with an ace.
Yeah, Shania Cromartie, 5'9", but packs a punch. I can't remember if you mentioned it yet. Her uncle, 4-time Pro Bowler Antonio Cromartie, part of that, some of those great San Diego Chargers teams over the years, of course, pairing with Darrelle Revis on the New York Jets.
I love Faria. Tries to shoot and keep the momentum going with her serve. Not that time. Not with that kind of power, but it's just a little bit wide.
9th, but it's been much better. 5 straight matches now with double-digit blocks, and it all starts with their star playing some defense in Claire Jeter. She's a career-high stretch of 5 blocks in each of her last 5 games.
It's been a big part of this third set for ASU. It had been kind of quietly percolating. Not a big part, but it has been in this set. As that one triples over, and Iowa State grabs a point to make it 7-4.
Yeah, Brandt to Wachholz to McCune finishing it off. And McCune and Duckworth have both looked stronger and stronger as this one has gone along. And right now, obviously, Arizona State in control. But if Iowa State can push this to a 4th or 5th set, I think they'll both be in a really nice rhythm. By then, Iowa State will look better as this goes along.
Good, strong serve sent over by the Cyclones. They're looking for a roll right now. Where Shania, beautiful spot to dig it out, but it ends up just a touch wide. Maybe this is where the momentum gets going for Iowa State.
And here is Duckworth stepping up to serve. Mentioned it earlier, but a school record 5 aces against Hawaii in the NCAA tournament last season. She can get really hot from the service line.
There's an ace for Duckworth. By the way, a moment ago, Lily Wachholz very quietly at 6 kills, too.
Yeah, so that was an example of a positive thing. So I take the blame. I also take credit when something good happens. It's both ways. I need that upside.
Looking for that second consecutive ace. Wow, that's a really tough serve to deal with. My goodness. Maya, that is a handful. Into the hands, the wall constructed for ASU that time. Quick up and over. Oh, what a great decision.
And that is turning defense into offense. The combo of Rebello and on the block. Darren, you mentioned it earlier. The ability for your setter in an outside hitter her first 2 years at Arizona State, to go up, get that block, sets up Cole Heed for success.
And Cole Heed was really ready to jump on the offensive, edging closer to 200 kills on the year. She comes right back up and puts a roof on the net a moment ago. Power arm, power swing. Jelly Sear.
You see her, I mean, she just had timely kills in this one. Not necessarily crazy volume for her in this, but it just feels like every time she gets one, it's at a pivotal point.
Devils lead at 9-6. Sear with 7 kills. She's had 38 swings at it. They have kept her very, very active.
Yeah, she's had an inefficient performance by her standards, but you know what? Again, coming up with some big ones.
Wachholz just outside the line. As we mentioned, Wachholz with 6 kills. Ernie Jackson's night for Iowa State has been really respectable with 8 kills, hitting .538, couple of digs, couple of blocks.
And it stands out even more in an Iowa State team that's hitting just .91 for this entire match. You look at Tierney Jackson at 5.38. Where would they be without her? She has carried so far in this one.
10-7 ASU.
Yeah, no one else for Iowa State hitting above 300. Only one other player in Van Gorp hitting above 150 in this one. That's how good the Arizona State defense has been. But you know what? Great service like that certainly helps.
More than 300 assists as a high schooler. Just one of those special athletes who just belongs playing at the college level, and she's earned all the respect that you were talking about a moment ago. Hammer, hammer, hammer. Jelly Sear.
Yeah, they have their hammer, and her name is Jelly. 15 kills in that season-defining win over Kansas, and she has had plenty of opportunities to find a rhythm, approaching her 40th attempt for the match and now can back herself up at the service line.
Good job, Stone Street over the shoulder, keeping it alive. Cromartie, power up and over, hammers that one home. Cromartie with state title, her junior and her senior year. Not volleyball, high jump.
Wow.
An incredible athlete. Does it surprise any of you that have watched her play tonight, though, over the last couple of years?
I thought you were going to say football for a sec, given the lineage.
Boy, what a smoke that was by Lily. Again, we talked about Wachholz, who has been working along. Has had some miscues. He's hitting only 100, but that's her 7th kill tonight.
Out of Meyer Lutheran High School from Waconia, Minnesota. Perfectly done that time. That powerful right hand to finish it off.
An answer that time, and a powerful answer from Grant and Jackson side by side.
It's a shame Iowa State only has 3 matches left in their season after this one, because I think Tierney Jackson is turning a corner in this program. Obviously very, very good at West Virginia. Took a while for this entire team to find their speed this year. She's peaking at the right time.
Yeah, there she is again. It's the same too, Brant and Jackson, the perfect answer. It was a nice little run. It's 12-11 now, and a little bit of movement for the Cyclones. Question is, can they keep it going? They do, with a great effort by Stone Street to dig it out. Need to cash in, unable to do so. Closer, Point Devils that time, and on the other side, that name we've been calling a lot more with Colheat.
I want to go back earlier in that possession. You saw the dump from Shania Cromartie, and it got Iowa State out of system, and that's what allowed Colheat to finish this off. And you see the Iowa State defense distorted. Colheat, a sniper, able to put it away.
Oh, well said, perfectly described by you. Don't even think about it as she roars with the hammer there, Tierney Jackson.
Let me tell you what I like about that from Tierney Jackson. Maybe from her angle it was clearly in, but I thought that was a little bit ambiguous, and she just started celebrating, and she almost made the call for the official that time, though certainly you could see on replay that it was in, so she had it right as Amanda Rossman, the line judge, had that one marked correctly.
Power swing just inside that line, or did she miss it? Beautiful, powerful swing that time by Cromartie. Wow.
And Cromartie, I mean, she's heating up at the right time. Third set, closing time, she's playing her best volleyball.
Now, going back to Jackson a moment ago, I think you know. When you know, right? As that serve just a little bit deep, Point Iowa State, you'll hear baseball players say, I knew I got it. The moment I touched it, I knew I got it. We might have been in the stands curious if it was.
Yeah.
I think when you know with a swing like that. And by the way, we're just talking about you, Tierney. She'll start it with a serve. West Virginia transfer. Good fit for this program, getting into the Porter. On her tee, taken right back home. Pam McCune.
Yeah, that was almost a dunk from McCune, just jumping up, putting it down. McCune at 6 feet, but has a great vertical. And you see her get up and above that ball after Arizona State. I mean, nothing you can do about that.
Gatorade Player of the Year a couple of years ago in the District of Columbia in D.C. Upper Marlboro, Maryland, went to St. John's Prep. In and out of those hands, Rebello with the kill.
Roberta Rebello, I mean, just a monster first set to start. And then she has just been steady Eddie since you take a look this time. Perfectly set to her, and that Iowa State block. It was McCune just getting over there a little bit late that time, not able to set up that roof, and Rebello took advantage.
See if Neal can drop an ace in here. A tough serve, but it's very much played. She's going right to work, Neal, that time. Devils salvage something, set up a wonderful opportunity, though, for Iowa State, and Pam McCune cashes in.
Yeah, that was the most vicious spike I think we've seen from either team on the day, and I think Pam McCune is finally getting comfortable. Again, you saw she's wearing the arm brace pregame. We were told she's been sick for a while, probably has to get her win back. I think it's returned now, and that's a scary proposition for Arizona State.
Morgan Brandt with the serve. Pam again. McCune now starting to climb up that list. That's 5 kills and 10 total swings. She's got a dig, she's got a block as well. We did call her name some.
And she's 3 kills on the last 4 total points. We have not seen a heater like that from either team as Iowa State continues this run. Excuse me, no, Arizona State ending it there.
Just a little bit long on the service attempt, so that hands a point back. Holds things even at 16. Let's see how ASU moves from this deadlock right now. Previous sets, this is where they just ran away and hid right about now. Iowa State, they got nothing to lose, though. Devil-may-care attitude against the Devils. Beautiful dig. Leaving her feet, but a miss hit into the net. Van Gorp kept it alive.
Good things have happened for Arizona State. Just 1 ace on the day. Feels like they've scored, though, 80% of the time or so when she's been back there.
Bella doesn't make it too easy to handle with that serve. The answer at the net of the wall, but it's kept alive after the block effort. Oh, man! Again, we talk about Cole Heath, the graduate student, Savannah.
I want to see a Matumbo finger wag after that one. I mean, that was with ill intent from Savannah. Any stop in his career, just in terms of how unified they are.
It's not poor if it's authentic, and it is authentic from him. So it is a good way to describe it, and it is authentic from him. And not trying to go anywhere, not trying to go away. Maya Duckworth with the swing. So now all of a sudden, the 2 players we wondered how much we'd see, we're talking about the most in McCune and Duckworth here in the third.
And I think the potential shame for Iowa State if they can't pull off this third set. Now is the first time we're seeing those 2 operating at full strength, and you're seeing the ceiling of this Iowa State team. If they were fully healthy, at least for now, they're competing neck and neck with the number 9 team in the nation.
And a big swing from the Brazilian. Pulls him right back on top by a pair. Yeah. Rebella.
20-hour trip from her native city of Porto Alegre, Brazil. Again, like you said during COVID, have to stick around. I can't even imagine that in a foreign country, and she has acclimated. She's in the era of the transfer portal, the ability to stick it out through tough times, like you deserve your flowers for that. And Roberta Rebello has done that. Now she's part of a great team.
That one crawls along the tape and sneaks just inside that line and inside the antenna.
Another great Arizona State block. That time Cole Heath, Sear, I think, was in the vicinity as well. This Arizona State defense is certainly better than it was earlier in the season.
Cole Heath and Sear both credited with that block as they start to climb up. That's 9 team blocks. Into the net it goes, so it's 2018. There still is a heartbeat for those Cyclones for sure. You just got to get one. Grab one set and you can change the match.
Absolutely, and again, I think there is more belief because McCune and Duckworth are playing like themselves.
Brooke Stone Street, she's got 14 digs on this match. She's got an ace as well, maybe a pair. No, they keep it alive.
It'll be a free ball for Iowa State here.
Almost had Brooke her second ace. Right into the hands with power, and Wackos with another kill. That's 8.
Iowa State, I don't know if it's technically a size advantage. It feels like a size advantage between Wackholtz and Jackson. They are big on the front line, and when they get a free ball like that, they can win with their power. They can win with the leverage you get at that height.
Brooke again. Good tough serve. Not a whole lot that could get started the Devils. Out of sequence, Iowa State. Sear. Off the hands. That one travels deep, but right off those hands. Point Devils, 21-19.
Arizona State trying to close this one out. They've been killers all year, right? That's how you sweep 17 matches on the season. They have that killer instinct.
with a little floater. Change-up, if you will. And there's an answer on the other side. Van Gorp, good to call her name. The talented freshman. What a bright future.
Yeah, ended up just being a lob for her, taking advantage of that free ball. We mentioned her ability to use finesse, but when she has an opportunity like that, she can rip it with the best of them. She
was the elite long jumper in high school, like a state-level elite record setter, as that one sails deep. Talking about Van Gorp. Getting late. Tick-tock, tick-tock, 22-20.
And look, Iowa State, they look like a much improved team than over that five-match losing streak, but Arizona State's very clean performance tonight.
Schroll with the dart right over on a tough serve. Boy, look at the effort with the hands going up from Ung. That's your setter, then a beautiful dig from the veteran. Marty tries to dump it in there, unable to do so. Jelly on that backline defense. We're talking about it all the time. Shania thwarted on a powerful swing. A little bit too strong, a little bit too far. Schmidt couldn't get it done. And it's 23-20.
And again, I talk about the solidity of Arizona State, right? They refuse to be the ones to make a mistake. 6 grad players on this team. They are experienced. They've been through the wars, forged by fire. They know how to close out these types of matches.
Troll's fun to watch. She'll start it with another tough serve again. They finally find a way to quiet her down, and Jackson. Then on the other side, it's Cromartie. Deep swing, not a whole lot to do behind the attack line. Jelly Sear is not the name I call that. Conference and an elite coach. Why not keep your team alive? Devils fans rise, though, in support. Rachel Van Gorp will serve it. That's a great atmosphere right now. Cromartie, powerful swing, and it's wide. Very interesting. It's now 24-22.
And look, if you're Iowa State, obviously it's stressful, but you live for this, right? In the sense that you already lost. All the pressure's off.